If someone wants me to be a part of the film, they will think about it. He was this close, okay? I was like, I'm not moving. Do not move. Whatever you do, don't move. Okay? As a South Indian, and that with my mom managing my thing, I have been underpaid for the work that I've done. I can say that. I mean, why can't I? Took those pictures means, they're still on the internet. That's the worst part of the internet. It's still there. Still haunts me.
So when you say that you do trekking and things like, the fun competitions you participate, all of this happens when you have your free time, which is rare. But how is it possible for somebody like you, who's very unsure of your schedule, where you are, continuous traveling, to get into a system of waking up, training every day, eating right, and following a good, healthy life?
Honestly, it's very difficult. It's not easy.
It is not easy.
And for someone like me, I used to for the longest time wonder, why am I the kind of person, and from when I was young, okay, this is not just now, I've always wondered why can't I ever stick to a routine? Like I could never follow a routine. When people say they wake up and they have to have their cup of coffee in the morning, I'm thinking, why don't I have these things? And I'm so glad today though, sitting back and thinking that I don't have a routine, because the line of work that I'm in doesn't allow for me to have any routine of any sort. And if I can't follow a routine, I know I'm going to get irritated. Right?
Right.
So I think that's the key. I mean, we all know we don't have routines, and we try to make the most of it. We try to make the most of the time that we have to do whatever we can. Sometimes we're working out at 2 in the morning, Sometimes we are not eating through the day because we have that one shot where we have to look really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like showing your midriff or something like that.
Yeah, even dancing. Sometimes when I'm shooting and I'm shooting a song, I don't feel like eating because I'm dancing so much and I'm going through all of that. That once I'm done with shoot, I want to sit, relax and eat,
Right.
So I feel like that's how I do it. Whenever I get the time to, and to not stress on the fact that sometimes I don't have the time to do it. Because for me, my mental sanity is so important. Like for instance, I was supposed to wake up at 6 and go work out. But I called Ashwin and I told him I cannot do it. I can't wake up because I slept late last night and I worked out crazy the previous day.
So sleep first.
Yes, because I don't get enough of it. I sleep on a flight, I sleep on a car, I sleep on my way to shoot, I sleep in a caravan between shoot. So for me, I would like to prioritize sleep because in my daily schedule, in my routine, I don't give it that much importance. Like I sleep late, wake up early, sleep early, wake up early. Like it's very erratic, right?
Yeah.
So whenever I get the chance to, I prioritize it.
What are the 3 non-negotiables you would say when it comes to healthy eating habits? Like for anybody who wants to get in fit, healthy, or have a good midriff.
Okay, so one thing that I've realized over the years, which is very, very important, is your gut. Your gut is so important. I think some of us, because of how food tastes or the fact that we've grown up eating it, we don't realize what it's actually doing to our body.
Yeah.
Things like milk, I'm not saying turn vegan or anything like that, but things like milk, our body itself after a certain age does not digest that protein.
Yeah.
But we still do drink it because why? We are Indians and this is a part of our culture that it's
conditioned.
happening. Yeah, we've been conditioned to do these things and it's okay. It's okay to do it. Some people have issues, some people don't have issues. Like my hairstylist, she has a very
intolerance.
Yeah, and so she takes a capsule because she loves milk with her coffee. So she takes the capsule and then drinks it, which is fine. If you so my basic thing is, first rule is to be aware of your body. So it's not a non-negotiable, but it's something that you have to do. Like listen to your body. Like now I know that when I drink, so I had like an irritable bowel syndrome. No, it's not IBS, but it was not even Candida, that's what it is. It wasn't even that, okay. It was just basically my gut was telling me that something I'm putting in is not working. And I used to have like these weird noises and I couldn't like fathom to understand what it was. And then when I started cutting out milk from my diet, I realized how I was feeling. So now everything that I eat, whether it's biryani or whether it's something I'm eating for the first time or something I've grown up eating, I like to listen to my body and see what my body is actually feeling and telling me what it's making it feel like.
Beautiful surprise about you was how you debuted in Bollywood. While most people from South, especially the female actors, they have a strategy. They'll be like, I want to pair with the Khans and I want my debut to be this way. You came doing a role which is so
I
unconventional.
got paired with the Kapoors.
With the, of course, yes, but of the same sex, and doing a lesbian role must have been quite a decision that you arrived at, right? Like, were there a lot of confusions before you decided to do this role, knowing that it's a film which is going to be focusing this way, and your character is that of
Yeah.
a same-sex love interest?
So thank you for asking me that. Actually, it's damn funny, Ramya, because when I got called to do the role, the director had called me. Okay, Shelly, this is irritating me, so I'm going to take this away. Shelly had called me.
OCD, sir?
Not really OCD. It's just food, right? So now it feels better. I don't know if it's OCD or not. So when Shelly called me, she had said that she'd seen some audition that I'd done for another film, and she thought that I'd be apt for this role.
Okay.
And she'd explained to me saying this is only a character role, it's only like 15-20 minutes, but it's pretty intense, all of that. The moment she said, you'll be playing a lesbian, I was pretty kicked about it. In Ek Ladki Ko Dekha To Aisa Laga, what happened was, I was literally representing
The community.
the community. Like, this is us and these are the issues we face. And I thought the story was really beautiful. Shelly had come over to Chennai and she had narrated the whole thing from the script. We sat right from the first scene, the first dialogue, to the last scene, last dialogue. She sat with me, read through the whole thing, and gave me a good understanding of what my character is.
Beautiful.
So before getting into the whole thing, I knew that this is what it is. It was such a tough decision to make because, like you said,
Yeah.
debut,
Yeah.
and everyone's looking at it. So if I was doing this as my first ever film in my life, it might not have, carried so much of this thing. But because I had come from the South and this was my first Bollywood film, everyone was looking at it as my debut, but I wasn't.
You weren't.
Because for me, it was another film. For me, it was like, okay, it's another film. I'm getting to play this character. But I did not understand the weight of the character till I played it until the film released.
Okay.
Till the film released, it was, okay, Regina's Bollywood debut, since everyone's saying it. Okay, great. I have this many scenes. I think I did a great job. That's about it. But the moment the film released, the love, appreciation, understanding, support, and everything that I got from the LGBTQIA community, I was like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Like, you've done something else over here that you don't understand. You won't believe, Ramya, I still get letters from girls saying, like, that role helped them to open up to their parents.
How cool.
And see, you hear people talk about these stories, actors say how their role helped, certain people. But I was sitting and I was like, shit, this is actually real? Does that even happen? Okay, but because my thought when I was doing the film was not how am I going to impact the community, right? And that's when I realized your job as an actor is a lot more than that. People say it, you hear it, but there's a difference between hearing someone else's story and then it happening to you, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when it happens to you, you're just like, I'm just like, oh, these things happen, because it's such a cliche, right? If you think about the story, say, oh yeah, this actor's role was so good, it helped, this person has learned from it, that person has been an inspiration. You hear these things, but I was like, oh my God. Till date, there are these girls there's this one girl who has made an entire book for me based on this character Kuhu.
So cute.
And I think that film, I was always an ally. And I think after that film, I've become a bigger ally. So if there's anyone, and I've always told anyone, if there's anything you want me to help with, I'm there. If there's anything that I can be a part of and lend my name to it, lend my voice to it, 100%.
How was the response in the industry for you? Like, when this film released, after the release, did you face any anxiety, like, oh my God, did I do this film? And did I get myself into trouble? Or was it all okay there?
As far as the industry is concerned, people had like mixed reviews of the whole thing.
Okay.
But I never once thought it was a bad mistake for me. Like, it didn't feel like it didn't feel like, oh, I shouldn't have done it. I'm very, very happy till date having done it.
Fantastic. Like I always felt, you're somebody who explores things the new territories, the unfound areas,
Yeah.
and I think that I've defined you.
Very curious.
Yes, yes, which comes out in the kind of roles you pick as well. The initial years you spoke about how the struggles were a bit, and after that, once you're established, how does one up the game? Like in terms of doing auditions, or going and meeting a director and expressing your interest to work with them, or being on media coverages consistently. How really does it play out for somebody to turn things up a notch and get better?
Today, since we're living in an age of social media and everything, I feel like your presence is so important. But I'm a social media recluse.
Okay.
I do not strategize. I don't. Whenever I want to put something, I put it. If I have work that I need to put out on my social media, I do it. I met Madhavan recently, and he was saying how he made sure, after he said it, it hits. But he said, till date, I haven't come on a magazine of any cover of any magazine.
Oh, really? I have
Right?
never realized.
Right? But when you think about it, think of a magazine that you probably would have seen him, maybe not.
Yeah. Okay. Because of social media.
No, he said, this is the kind of actor I want to be. I don't want this to be my pathway to this.
That's so clear.
Like, he was so adamant about it. The way he said it also, he was like, this is how it's going to be. And I was like, that sounds a little bit like me. Because I don't want to have to be like, oh, she's got 10 million followers on Instagram, so this is what she's making this much money or whatever. If I make money, I make money. Because that's not my income.
Right.
That's not why I'm working. That's coming because of what I'm doing. So for me, yes, it is important to have a presence.
Okay.
Because that's the way we're going forward. But for it to be a be all and end all, and then you also read these comments, and then you take in this and take in that, it's just mental stress.
No, forget about social media. I'm saying generally as an actor, once your directors and everybody in the industry know
you.
that,
Yeah.
know how capable you are of pulling off a role, what is that it factor for you to step up and get to the next level?
I think your hard work. There's no it factor.
Okay.
Like, you can call it whatever you want to do. But, and I've always been like this again. I've never been able to go up to someone and say, I want to be in your movie.
You've never done this?
I've never done it, and I cannot do it. If someone wants me to be a part of the film, they will think about it. I don't like forcing things, if that makes any sense. I like, not because we're going the organic way or the sustainable way, but I like things to be organic.
Okay.
I like things to take, like I said, right, go with the flow. I like it to take its own structure. I do not like forcing things. But in my work, in my industry, and in the field that I'm in, I cannot be like that.
Yeah.
Right? And where will I get work from?
So competitive.
Very. And you know it. Hence, I have a team that does it.
Okay.
So I believe that if you lack something, but you still want what it leads to, because I'm so passionate about the work that I do.
Right.
But I also know that I cannot do this. I cannot go up to someone and say, I would love to be in this film, or I want to do that film of yours. If I have to have a conversation with someone, I'll do it. But if it has to be because it's going to lead up to me being casted in that film, I'll just start being not myself.
You can't do small talk with people.
Yeah, I can do small talk, but I can't do small talk to get a role.
With an intention.
No intention, I cannot do it. Because who I am is very different from the character I'm going to play anyway. Why do I have to make you feel great about yourself to get a role is something I've never understood, okay?
Right.
In business, that's how it works. You give, you take, you give, you take, right?
Yeah.
But I can't do it. It's like something that I lack.
Okay.
It's like how I can't fly, It's not like I don't want to, but if I try also I'll fall. Something like that. It's like I'm handicapped that way. And hence, I have a really, really good team. Artist management's done a great job with my work.
Super.
Over the last 3.5 years. And they lobby for me, they talk for me, they do everything for me, and I'm glad, I'm happy because they're doing a good job and I'm doing my job fine. So
that's well organized that way.
Yeah.
How was that initial few years for you when everything was small production houses making films? You couldn't really negotiate things your way. How did you manage that part?
My mom was my first manager, as many moms for many actresses.
Yes.
It wasn't easy, but again, I'm the kind of person If you give me something, I'll make the most of it.
No complaints.
I might grumble to my mother and be like, what the F is this, like, la la la, and then still go out and do my job like perfectly well, okay? Or sometimes I'm so ignorant to these things that they don't matter to me. As a South Indian, and that with my mom managing my thing, I have been underpaid for the work that I've done. I can say that. I mean, why can't I? And those are learnings. So I'll tell you one basic thing that I learned, like this whole entourage thing that you spoke about. My first Telugu film, and that was where my career started. That built my career. It built me as thinking of this as a career, and hence you have to do these things. So I had my hair and makeup person, which the
Company provided.
had got. Then I'd gone for promotions for SMS. And they said Radio Mirchi interview. You have to talk, come back. And I love talking. And I picked up the language also a little bit by then. So I wore one kurta, on jeans, and I don't own a hairdryer, okay? Never did, never will also. Actually, now I...
Why do you say never will?
Because I don't believe in drying my hair when I'm just chilling. Like I have a head bath, I'll wipe it and I'll just let it air dry.
Okay.
Because at shoot, I'm constantly fussing
Abusing
over my
the hair, yeah.
Right? So I just wanted to be. So I washed my hair that day, wore one kurta, one jeans, one chappals, put one kajal, put one lip balm, not even lipstick, lip balm. Whatever. Then my hair was still a little damp also. Went to Radio Mirchi to do this interview. Interview was amazing. Finished interview and they said, ma'am, we want to take some pictures. The photographers are here to take pictures. I'm like, but this is a radio interview.
Yeah.
Why are we doing pictures? No, ma'am, we want to put up on this thing on the website, India Glitz and whatever and all are here. Took those pictures means they're still on the internet. That's the worst part of the internet. It's still there, still haunts me. That day I realized, okay, promotions means we need hair and makeup also. So from that day to today, there is a huge difference. It's a huge learning curve. It's not just your payments, so it's not just the kind of films that you're offered, or it's not just any of those things. Also, how I look, I have to be present, and for me, it's very important to be presentable.
Yeah.
You know, from 2011, 12 when the film released, from then to 2022, I have my stylist with me, my hairstylist, my makeup artist. I will not go for promotions without any of this.
Give us this tip of how you handle men who flirt with you. How do you generally handle? See, it's not about just the media, but it's more in media because there are good-looking women all the time, and there are good-looking men all the time. So it's not just one-side flirting; it can be even the other way around. But with all respect to that, in general, even in my DMs, if I open my Instagram, I'd be like, "You're such a strong woman. We need tips from you. How do we handle our colleagues at work? How do you handle this?"
First thing is, all of us in this country especially, we're so averse towards a guy coming and saying anything nice to us that the first thing you want to do is
Run away.
put them down. No. Either run away or put them down, or we don't know how to react to this, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why you get these messages saying, how do we react to it?
Yeah.
It honestly depends on the way you're being approached and how you feel.
Yeah.
It's so important how you feel. If you feel good but you're feeling a little shy, it's okay to feel that way. But if you feel like this person's coming into your personal space and saying something that they shouldn't even be saying anything about, put them down. Give it back to them. Don't, okay, here's another thing.
You have some story for me?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm loving your stories. Everybody's loving your stories.
So, okay, time ஆகுதுன்னு தெரியும், but கேளுங்க, story கேளுங்க first.
இவங்க டேட் எல்லாம் நமக்கு கிடைக்குமா? அவங்க கதை சொல்றாங்க நமக்கு.
Flirting as much, honestly, again, like I will repeat this and keep repeating it again. It depends on how you feel.
Yeah.
It's you. It's not them or not how you will be perceived. Don't think about anything. Just do what your gut tells you to do. But also don't do it unnecessarily.
Right.
Like if a guy is and today you can't differentiate between guy and girl. I'm sorry. I get flirted on. I get like there are women who come and flirt with me. There was once a lady who came and kissed me on the face like this. She just kissed me on the face, but because it was on my lips, but because it was a lady, I didn't slap her. If it was a guy, 100% I would have slapped him.
Yeah, it's inappropriate.
But it's inappropriate even for the lady to do it.
It is. We're
Right?
just in shock.
Yeah. And I told her also, it's because you're a lady, I've actually not reacted to you. I'm pretty surprised with the way I reacted. But don't ever do that again because you're coming to my personal space. You could be anybody. Do not do it. And she's like, I'm sorry, I just felt like it's just the moment. And I said, okay, fine, don't. But just don't. Know what you're doing. Don't take this advantage of being a lady and do it. There was a guy in Eco Park. I go running there once in a while. And
You shouldn't be telling these things, you know.
Okay, cut it out. I go running at some park in Chennai once in a while. And there happened to be this man. And so people, when they see me running, they notice.
Right.
Sometimes they, like this thing. And I'm used to people taking pictures, which is fine as long as you don't disturb my run. Do whatever you want to do. This guy was walking.
Your bar is right this low. Do whatever you want to do, it seems.
Yeah, don't disturb me. Okay. So this guy was walking I was running this way. The guy was walking in the opposite direction. The first time I saw him, his phone was here, and you all know someone's phone is here means taking a picture of
Yeah.
me. Okay, I saw it the first time. Then again, I was continuing my loop. I did a 4 kilometer thing. I was continuing. I saw him the second time again, phone here. Then on the third time, now my eyes were on him from a distance itself to see if he's going to do it again, and he clearly had his phone here again. So I ran into him like that. I went into him and I grabbed the phone and said, "What are you trying to do?
Okay.
Why are you trying to take a picture of me? Take a video of me?" He got so defensive. He was standing here. He came up here and he started coming to me and he was saying, "What? How can you do this? My phone is my privacy." Blah, 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 blah. He was yelling. Okay. And I kept moving because it was so like it was so intimidating.
Right.
And then suddenly I realized that I'm moving back and he's making me move back, and I was like, I'm not backing down because I've done nothing wrong. I'm standing up for myself. So I stood there and he also stopped. He stood right there and I said, I don't care. I could see him chewing his gum. I could smell him. It was the most disgusting feeling.
That close.
He was this close, okay? I was like, I'm not moving. Do not move. Whatever you do, don't move. Okay? And I'm telling him, you're at fault. You're taking a picture of me. If you can take a picture of me, this is my privacy as well. So let me see your phone. No, you can't see it. No. I'm not taking. I said, you're feeling guilty. You're clearly showing guilt. Like all of this is guilt. You're being defensive. And he walked off. And then obviously I abused him and I also walked off. And as I was running, there were uncles and aunties going, good job. I was like, what? Good job. Nothing only
They can
happened.
come and actually.
Everyone was standing, bystanders, everyone were being, and they didn't even say anything.
Right.
Then, on the run, again, I have a video of him on my phone. I've always wanted to put it up on social media.
What stopped you?
The fact that I don't know how big it will go and I don't know if I'll be able to handle that. Because once it's out there, it's out there. I can't stop it from the flow it
I feel
takes.
somewhere you're also sorry for him. You don't want to.
I'm not sorry for him.
Yeah.
But I had friends go and confront him after that at the park. And everyone came up to me and said, why didn't you ask for help? Why didn't you get help? Like when I told my friends the story, I was like, what help? I only want him to know that he cannot do this and get away with it. Maybe he's tried it in the past or he's not. So when I was taking that video of him, this time on my last run, I knew I was going to see him for the last time. I took out my phone and I took a video of him. And in the video, I'm saying this guy is showing predator behavior. He took a video and pictures. He's been taking videos and pictures of me while I've been running. And he's like, after that, he's like, you want to see? I'll show you. I'm like, yeah, great. Go delete all the videos and pictures and then come and say you want to see. When clearly 10 minutes ago, he was like, I'm not going to show you.
Full drama.
Yeah. And we found out who this person was. So basically my point is, stand up for yourself when you feel like you have to do it. Don't let it go. Don't think that you're, be aware. For me, it was a public environment.
The problem starts when the person who flirts with you is more powerful than you. When you're working with a superior and this person flirts with you, you can't go against the person, you lose your job. This is the common scenario which we face.
I've had someone who also said, oh, you're very beautiful, in the industry that I'm in the space that I'm in, oh, you're very beautiful, and if we work together, I'd want to flirt with you. And I was like, okay, you go ahead and flirt with me, but I can also do what I want to do.
You did say that.
Yes.
Great. I think this interview has got a lot of substance in it. It's not just another interview for me personally. I don't know how
It's your
you're.
first, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for food companion. But more than anything, I'm saying that even as an interview, you sometimes finish up an interview and then you go home with a sense of satisfaction that you might want to come back later and watch it plenty of times, because it'll be a lot of things which you can think about, which you can do, which you can initiate in life. And I think this is one such interview. Thank you for being
Thank
so
you, Ramya.
warm, being so truthful about whatever you said, being
you.
so honest and putting yourself out there for us.
And thank you for like having put this together also. It's first time I'm eating and I'm like, and you can
How did
excuse me
that-
for all the food
did
that
you,
I've
were you
spilled.
able to eat it all
Yes, yes,
amidst
I
all the
was, I was,
talking?
I finished half, see?
Yeah, and she's having biryani, by the way. And she still looks like this. And that's Regina Cassandra.